Good morning, I'm Mark Klein. I'm the CEO of Loyalty Builders, and I'm here today to talk to you about assessing customer retention. Most companies focus on the customers that are buying, and what we're going to talk about in this video are the customers who are not buying. The traditional method for doing this is to measure retention percentage. And I've got a graph up here of customer retention for a company. And on this graph, you can see that before we started working over here, when things were going to hell in a handbag, customer retention was about 37%, then dropped down to 36%, and now we've got it up above to 38%. Now it's improving dramatically, and that's a big difference in revenue. It's still not great. That means 62% of the customers are disappearing, but this is the way companies traditionally measure retention. I'm going to talk to you today about a different way of doing it. We use this method, but we also use another method called risk score. Risk score measures the probability that a customer will not buy in the coming 12 months. Here's a plot of how risk score plays out. Low risk score is over here on the left, high risk score is over here on the right. 90% probability of not buying the following year, 100% probability. The vertical part of this chart tells me the percent of customers who are purchasing in the following year. So of the people who had a risk score of 0.2, 20% probability of not buying, 73% of them did buy in the following year. That's really what we want. We want to see a curve that goes right down like this. Those customers who had high risk score should have low probability of buying. That's what we're seeing here. So our model is accurate here. We have a good correlation between risk score and the likelihood of buying. Now the question is, how do you operationalize this risk score? How do you actually use it to improve your company's results? What we do is we use a segmentation scheme and a behavior map, and I'm showing you one right here on camera right now. This is something akin to an MRI of your customer population. Each dot on this plot corresponds to an individual customer. In this particular plot, I happen to know there's about 157,000 customers there, represented there. And each dot, each customer, has 3 data points attached to its dot. One data point is the risk score that we've been talking about. The further off the dot is to the right, the higher the risk probability is, the worse the customer is. So the customers over here have a greater probability of leaving. They're not in good shape. The customers on the left side of the graph, all over here, have a lower risk score, less probability of leaving. The second number that's attached to each dot is the loyalty rank. This is our proprietary metric. A lot of things go into it. What you buy, how often you buy, what your inter-order wait time is, to use a technical term, what kinds of products you're buying, whole mess of stuff. But low loyalty down here, high loyalty up here. Now, we segment all the customers into groups, and these solid lines indicate the segments. Segment up here are what we call the loyalists. Those are the people with low risk and high loyalty. And right below them, in this segment, are what we call the nurturers, typically newbies. Over here are the underperformers, down here are the faders, and over on the right are the winbacks, the customers with high risk. The color, however, shows where they were 6 months ago. So you can see that a lot of the green, those are the loyalists, have migrated over here. A lot of the nurturers have migrated down to here. In general, this company sees its customer population migrating down this way. And that's why this slide is called "A Train Wreck is Coming." It's heading to hell in a handbag again. This is not a good picture. And so what we do is, when we see something like this, using risk score, we market to these customers in here, these high value customers, the ones who formerly were loyalists, formerly were nurturers, and now who are in the underperforming and fader group. These are the people that are going in the wrong direction. We want to market to them before they go so that we can win them back. We don't want to have to try to rescue them. We want to catch them before they go. So if you want to improve your customer retention, you want to do plots like this, and you want to operationalize them by marketing to the customers that are moving in the wrong direction.